Hello, this is Mr. Chabry, and you know what time it is? It's time for Season 2 of the PGBL. I'll be coaching the team known as the Kentucky Typhlosions. Let's go ahead, go over the team, and I'll explain why I drafted these specific Pokemon. So the structure of the draft is tied basically to which tier each Pokemon is in. Everyone gets 1 Mega, 1 Tier 1, 2 Tier 2s, 2 Tier 3s, 2 Tier 4s, and then 2 free agent Pokemon. These free agent Pokemon can be from any of the tiers, however you have a limited number of points, so if you drafted a Tier 1 Pokemon, you'd only have enough points to draft a Tier 5 Pokemon. If you wanted, you could get more points by drafting a lower tier Mega, but I ended up drafting a Tier 1 Mega, so now I'm going to go over each individual Pokemon. The first Pokemon I drafted was Tapu Fini. Now Tapu Fini is a really good Pokemon. It's Water Fairy. It's got 70 HP, 75 attack, 115 defense, 95 special attack, 130 special defense, and 85 speed. So the main reason why I got Tapu Fini is because Misty Terrain is actually a really good ability. It will protect my sweepers from being burnt or being paralyzed. Also, Tapu Fini would make a really wonderful special defense wall. Plus, the immunity to Dragon would be really nice. After drafting Tapu Fini, I went ahead and drafted my Mega, which is Mega Scizor. Mega Scizor is Bug Still. It has 70 HP, 150 attack, 140 defense, 65 special attack, 100 special defense, and 75 speed. Mega Scizor has a really wonderful typing. Bug Still is only weak to fire. It also is immune to poison, which is a type that Tapu Fini is actually weak against. So Mega Scizor is really good. It can't be burned in the Misty Terrain, so that's also a big plus. Mega Scizor is also my favorite Mega, so that probably has a big influence on me. Also, it does get defogged, so does Tapu Fini, but I usually use Mega Scizor as my defogger. As you're going to see, there's a few of my Pokemon that are actually weak to Stealth Rocks. Mega Scizor also doesn't have to be ran as a defensive wall, which is probably what I'm mostly going to do with it. You can also run an offensive set with Swords Dance, Bullet Punch, possibly U-Turn, and Roost. Mega Scizor has a lot of different uses, and I think it's going to be one of my most used Pokemon on the Kentucky Typhlosions. So if you followed the Kentucky Typhlosions last season, you would know that I didn't really have a lot of fast Pokemon on my team, so my third pick is Jolteon. Jolteon is blazing fast. It has 65 HP, 65 attack, 60 defense, 110 special attack, 95 special defense, and 130 speed. So the main reason I got Jolteon is it has Volt Absorb, which gives it an electric type immunity, so Tapu Fini's weak to electric types. Jolteon is very useful in that. Also, that 130 speed is going to be very nice. It can outspeed a lot of things. Its other ability is actually Quick Feet, so if I need a little bit more speed to outspeed things like Tapu Koko, I could give it a Flame Orb or even a Toxic Orb, put a condition onto my Jolteon, and it will outspeed even Tapu Koko. So the next Pokemon I drafted was Krookodile. So Krookodile covers 2 separate functions. I needed a ground type, plus I wanted a Pokemon with Intimidate, and Krookodile actually has some decent stats to back that up. So Krookodile is a dark ground type. It has 95 HP, 117 attack, 80 defense, 65 special attack, 70 special defense, and 92 speed. So Krookodile gets access to Knockoff, which I think is one of the best dark type moves. Plus, with Intimidate, it's going to survive hits. I could switch it in on a physical sweeper and hamper its ability to sweep. Plus, Krookodile also gets Moxie, so if I need an offensive Krookodile, I could go with that option. So the next Pokemon I drafted was Typhlosion, the mascot of the Kentucky Typhlosions. So Typhlosion is a fire type with 78 HP, 84 attack, 78 defense, 109 special attack, 85 special defense, and 100 speed. So Typhlosion's pretty good because my team is slowly getting a grass type weakness. So Typhlosion is here to cover up the grass types. It also gets Flash Fire, so that gives me an immunity to fire type moves, which could actually do a lot since I do have Mega Caesar as my Mega. And another thing is, during the draft, you pick 2 Pokemon that you want to have the ability to use Z moves. And Typhlosion is one of those Pokemon that I picked for Z moves. It can get Z Sunny Day, plus I could give it the Gracium Z for Bloom Doom, just in case my opponent switches in with a water type, it could nuke a water type. I could also give it the Normalium Z and use Nature Power to get Twinkle Tackle from Misty Terrain. But most likely, if I use a Z move on this, it might be Z Sunny Day. And that will come in handy too, because soon you're going to see some weather setters on my team. So it might be weird, since I do have Typhlosion, and I'm in the Kentucky Typhlosion, you think I would rely mostly on fire type moves. But the next Pokemon I drafted was Pelipper, and Pelipper has the Drizzle ability. So Pelipper is Flying Water, it has 60 HP, 50 attack, 100 defense, 95 special attack, 70 special defense, and 65 speed. So it doesn't have the best stats, but that Drizzle ability is really nice. That boosts water types, so that'll come in handy with my Tapu Fini, plus the other Pokemon that you're going to see soon. And that it will also come in handy for Mega Caesar, because that dampens the damage taken from fire type moves. So that way Mega Caesar is not going to take as much damage as it normally would from moves like Flamethrower or even Flare Blitz. So that's mainly why Pelipper is on the team, to give the water Pokemon some much needed boost, plus to help Mega Caesar survive fire type moves. So after that, I decided to go ahead, use one of my free agent picks, and I picked Dragonite. So if you kept up with the Kentucky Typhlosions last season, you know my MVP of most of the battles was the Dragonite. So Dragonite is a dragon flying Pokemon, has 91 HP, 134 attack, 95 defense, 100 special attack, 100 special defense, and 80 speed. So Dragonite has a wonderful ability known as Multi-Scale. That means it's going to take less damage from full HP. And Dragonite works really nice with the weakness policy. Plus, Dragonite's also the other Pokemon I picked to hold the Z Crystal. So, a Z Crystal holding Dragonite with a Dragon Dance can hit really hard. That makes it such a wonderful Pokemon. Plus, if I do decide to go with weakness policy, if I get hit with a super effective move, that's going to make Dragonite that much more of a threat. So Dragonite is a wonderful Pokemon. With a Dragon Dance, it should outspeed a lot of Pokemon, and it will hit that much harder. Plus, it also gets access to Extreme Speed, so say someone brings in a Pokemon that's faster than a +1 Dragonite, I can still hit Extreme Speed, get some chip damage, or even take it out and continue my sweep. So looking at my team at this point, I realized I was slowly developing a Rock-type weakness. So the next Pokemon I picked was Quagsire, and Quagsire is ground, water, it resists Rock-type moves, and that's going to be really nice. Plus, it gets the ability Water Absorb, so if I need something to be immune to water, I can use Quagsire. Plus, it also gets Unaware, so that could help slow down sweepers that I've already set up. Quagsire has 95 HP, 85 attack, 85 defense, 65 special attack, 65 special defense, and 35 speed. So, stat-wise, it's really weak. It doesn't really want to take a lot of hits, but that Unaware or Water Absorb is really nice to have on my team. Plus, I really needed something that resists Rock-type moves, so that's why Quagsire is here. It can take a few hits if I need it to, and it also gets access to Recover, so if I can keep it healthy, it's going to help me out in the long run. So the next Pokemon I drafted was Kingdra. So at this point, looking at my team, I noticed I didn't really have something with Swift Swim, but I do have a Rain Setter, so I think Kingdra would really fit this sweeper role in the rain. So Kingdra is an interesting Pokemon. It's Dragon Water, it has 75 HP, 95 attack, 95 defense, 95 special attack, 95 special defense, and 85 speed. So in the rain, this thing is going to outspeed a lot of things. It also gets access to a lot of hard-hitting moves. It gets Draco Meteor, gets Hydro Pump, and it gets Outrage. So this thing can hit really hard. Plus, I've got Tapu Fini on my team, and Tapu Fini is probably the best counter to it. So I've got the best counter to it on my team. Of course, there's still some water fairy types out there, but if I can take care of them, Kingdra will have a field day. It can hit really hard, plus if you give it choice specs or choice band, it can hit that much harder. Stat-wise, it's not the best, it's mostly mediocre, but in the rain it can outspeed a lot of things and it can get you a lot of nice sweeps. So for my last Pokemon that I drafted, I looked at my team and realized I would really like to have a Magic Bounce user. The thing is though, I only had one spot open and that was Tier 4, and the only Pokemon in Tier 4 that gets Magic Bounce was Xatu. So Xatu is a cool Pokemon, Flying Psychic. It has 65 HP, 75 attack, 70 defense, 95 special attack, 70 special defense, and 95 speed. So stat-wise, it's one of those Pokemon that's not the best, but Magic Bounce is a very nice ability that could help persuade my opponents not to go for Stealth Rocks, not to go for Sticky Web. Plus, Xatu also gets Defog, so if I need to, I can always go for Defog. And it also gets Wish. Now, Wish is another move that I looked at and I was like, I really need a Wish Passer. And Xatu fills that role as well, so I could put Wish on it instead of Roost if I want to. It's probably going to be mostly for utility, because that's what Xatu is really nice with. But yeah, that's the main reason I got Xatu. I needed a Pokemon that would try to persuade my opponent not to go for Stealth Rocks with Magic Pounce, and be able to be a Wish Passer. And Xatu fits both of those roles. So are you hyped for Season 2 of the PGBL? This is the Kentucky Typhlosions, coached by Mr. Chabry. If you like this, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video of the PGBL.